Hi friends, this is Quinn from Exploring My Racial Identity. Today I thought I'd take a look at a 12-step program called Recovering Couples Anonymous and see how some of the things that they deal with relationships between people, how some of these readings could apply to people of different races. The reading I'm looking at today is number 30, Renewal and Risk Taking. Coupleships grow through risk taking. We find new perspectives on each other as we take risks. Recovery presents many opportunities to take risks. New ways of being together, new strategies for sharing, new levels of honesty, new people, and new ways to support each other. Among the risks, the greatest is for partners to share vulnerability with each other. Risk always feels new and unsettling. By sharing with each other the vulnerability we feel about our risk taking, our opportunities for intimacy and support grow. Our commitment today. Today, we will assess our current level of risk taking. Are we doing enough to keep the process of renewal alive? My commitment today. Today, I will share with my partner my vulnerability around risks I am now taking. Interesting. So if we were to apply the subject instead of it being about relationships to people of two different races, a black person, a white person, or what have you, looking at the risks that we're willing to take, for me, I feel the risks. It's easy to judge and blame or to put someone else into a little box as to what I think that person is like. It's easy for me to hold on to resentment, fear, guilt, and pain regarding the behaviors of another person, of another race. It's easy for me to paint the other person with the images that I've come to accept about their race or about people of their race. So, risk taking in the subject of race would be, for me, a willingness to, first of all, for me to be vulnerable enough to see another person. Let's go with a white person because that's the one I got the problem with, right? I'm not willing to take risks with white people. Um, it would be risk taking for me to consider them as being a human being who has fears around the subject of race, who, believe it or not, even though their intention is not to hurt, that they believe that their intentions are have purpose, that their intentions have value, even though they don't consider the impact of those intentions. My risk taking would be to look at those intentions. I am not saying to go, oh, poo poo little white person who wants to does several microaggressions and never looks at them. No, but I'm saying is to take a look at what the intention is, and taking the risk of seeing where the flaw in character is, and taking the risk in believing maybe this person wants to change. Or the other risk for me would be to realize that not everybody wants to change. Not everyone is open-minded. So for me, I tend to believe that people are good, genuinely good people until they show me something differently. So for me, my risk would be recognizing that maybe some people aren't all that good all the way out and stop waiting for them to show me something differently. So those are some different types of risks. I know that I didn't do a good job explaining it. But what I really liked here is to assess my current level of risk-taking around the subject of race. Am I doing enough to keep the process of renewal alive? I don't feel like I am. I think I've made several strides to keep the process of renewal around the subject of race alive. I think I have in the past, with the increased amount of pain in my PTSD. I've kind of stopped taking risks and trying to keep myself secure. But I want to keep searching for, keep believing in, and keep finding people, especially white people, who are willing to own their fucking bullshit as much as I am. People who are willing to admit that they are judgmental assholes and that they've made mistakes. I want to keep searching for those types of individuals and to fill my life with those types of individuals, because at least we've got a starting ground of growth versus people who believe, oh, it was an innocent statement that I've made and you shouldn't be offended. I'm wanting to grow in that way, and I'm wanting to surround myself with those types of people. So for me, that's my form of risk taking, is to stop looking for the complacent, so, keep it even keeled, don't make any waves people, and look at people who've really drilled down and looked at their own judgmental or fear-based behavior. So that's where I'm with that. Other question. Today I will share with my partner my vulnerability around risks I am now taking. So this gives me an opportunity to share with my husband, but that's an obvious one, but to share with my gratitude partner, who is a person of a different age, of a different race than me. And I'll share with her some of my vulnerability around the subject of race, because we're both taking a course on waking up white. It's kind of fun. So we have some kind of starting ground to be able to discuss this. So I can share with her another human being. Imagine that, sharing with another human being our fears and vulnerability around the subject of race. For me, I feel that's the only way that I'm going to grow in this subject, is to look at the fears that I have, to speak of those fears, and to give them permission to change. So, yeah, that's where I am with this process. How about you? What risks are you willing to take around the subject of race? Leave your comments below. Till next time, peace.